Today we're diving into something that's so much more than just a festival. We're actually uncovering an ancient, powerful story about devotion, about balance, and about the kind of love that can literally move the cosmos. And believe me, it has lessons for all of us, even right here, right now.
I mean, that sounds like pretty modern advice, doesn't it? Like something you'd hear from a relationship expert on a talk show. But this wisdom, this is actually at the very heart of a story that's thousands of years old. A story that teaches us about the very nature of harmony itself. So that's the big question, right? What is this story? Well, we're going to unpack the incredible myth behind one of India's most vibrant celebrations. And we're going to discover the profound lessons it holds about love, patience, and balance. Lessons that are just as relevant today as they were centuries ago.
Our story kicks off, as so many great stories do, with a powerful vow. And this isn't just any old commitment. Nope, this is a promise that would set the stage for a divine union and completely change the course of celestial events. First things first, the name itself tells us exactly who our main characters are. Gan, that refers to Lord Shiva, and Gaur, well, that refers to the goddess Parvati. So at its very core, the festival of Gangaur is all about celebrating their unity.
But this is way more than just a story about two deities. It's really a metaphor for the fundamental forces that shape our entire universe. Think of it this way. Shiva represents pure, still consciousness, kind of like the potential for everything. And Parvati? She embodies that creative, dynamic energy, the force that actually brings all that potential to life. Their union is what creates balance, not just in the cosmos, but within each of us.
So how did this epic union actually happen? Well, let me tell you, it was not easy. It required an absolutely extraordinary display of devotion and strength, a journey that has inspired people for thousands of years.
You can really break Parvati's quest down into 3 stages. First, the vow. She decides she will only marry Shiva. But there's a pretty big problem. Shiva is deep in meditation, totally detached from the world. So that leads to step 2, the trial. We're talking years of intense spiritual discipline in the harsh wilderness. And finally, the victory. Her unwavering resolve, her sheer devotion, finally gets Shiva's attention, and he accepts her as his partner.
And here's the most crucial part of this whole thing. Despite all those years of hardship, Parvati's faith was absolute. It never wavered. So this story, it isn't just about winning someone's love. It's about the incredible power of patience, of dedication, and of an unbreakable inner strength that really we can all tap into.
Okay, now this is where things get really interesting. This powerful myth isn't just some story collecting dust in a book. Oh no, it is a living, breathing tradition that translates directly into the vibrant rituals we see in the Gangaur festival today. The festival itself is basically a mirror of Parvati's long and difficult journey. It lasts for 16 to 18 days, kicking off right after the festival of Holi, and it's just filled with activities that echo her devotion. Women gather to pray, they sing, they even fast, all in an effort to find that same kind of marital harmony and well-being that Parvati achieved. A really central part of the festival is when women create these beautiful idols of Shiva and Parvati. But there's a very specific and I think beautiful reason why they're made from a simple material like clay. Ever wonder about that?
Well, the clay symbolizes the cycle of life itself. It's so profound when you think about it. The idols are created from the earth. They're worshipped with so much devotion. And then they're immersed in water, returning right back to where they came from. It's this powerful visual reminder that everything is part of this natural cycle of creation, transformation, and release. And the timing of the festival? Totally not an accident. Gangaur is a spring festival, right? A time when nature itself is just bursting with new life and renewal, which perfectly mirrors the spiritual renewal that the festival celebrates. But it's also a deeply social thing. Women come together, they share stories, songs, and strength, creating this powerful sense of community and sisterhood, just like they have for generations.
Okay, so let's zoom out from the rituals for a second and explore the core philosophical truth that Gangaur is really all about. This is where the story of two deities becomes a profound lesson in cosmic harmony that applies to every single one of us.
All right, so we've got the story, we've seen the rituals, but what's the deeper meaning here? This isn't just some fairy tale about a divine marriage. It's a powerful metaphor for the delicate balance that all of creation, and yeah, each of us as individuals, needs to really thrive. And you can just see the beautiful symmetry in their union.
Shiva represents consciousness, wisdom, strength. Parvati, on the other hand, embodies creative energy, what's also known as Shakti, as well as compassion and love. These aren't opposing forces at all, they're complementary. One is simply incomplete without the other.
And honestly, that is such a powerful idea. It highlights that this divine feminine energy, Shakti, isn't some secondary force. It is the activating, life-giving power that sets everything into motion. Without it, consciousness just stays still, inert. True harmony is only born when these two energies are in perfect balance.
So, you're probably wondering, okay, what does an ancient myth about divine beings and cosmic balance have to do with my busy modern life? Well, the answer might actually surprise you. It turns out it has everything to do with it.
Just think about our world for a second. We are surrounded by the promise of instant everything, right? Instant gratification. But Parvati's story, it's the ultimate counter-narrative to that. It teaches us that real, deep, lasting connections aren't something you can just swipe right on and find. They have to be built. They grow slowly, with patience, with trust, and with a deep, unwavering understanding.
At the end of the day, this is the core message of Gangor. True happiness, a truly meaningful life. It isn't about chasing one thing at the expense of all the others. It's about finding that inner harmony, about balancing your own strength with compassion, your wisdom with love, your discipline with joy.
And that really brings us to our final thought. The Festival of Gangor reminds us that the balance we're all looking for in our relationships and the world around us is really just a reflection of the balance we create within ourselves. So the question it leaves us with is a really personal one. Where does your balance begin?